Yeah, you are listening to the freshly elected mayor or re-elected mayor of Minneapolis, Mayor Jacob Frey, as he won the re-election, spoke almost a minute in Somali, then said Minneapolis belongs to Somalia. This is the kind of stuff that I see on my timeline, and I say, how does this happen in the United States? I mean, how I'm trying to wrap my head around how does this happen in the first place? Although I don't know what to say. I don't know. You know that Jacob Frey was the one who basically cried his eyes out on George Floyd's gold casket back in the day. You remember that? I'm not going to post it. That is pathetic. But he won against Omar Fateh, who is basically, I'm pretty sure that he is a first cousin of Ilan Omar. All of them look pretty much the same. But I said, well, that is great. That it was at least an American who, well, won the re-election. But then he went and said this, how to say this? This speech in Somali. This is a moment for unity where the entire Somali community can come together and say, this is our people, this is our city, we are united behind each other. What is I don't know if this is good or bad over Omar Fateh, but let's watch the thing.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. You have to practice that. I think that no matter which part of the world you are watching from, I suggest that you practice the Arabic, the Muslim greeting. Assalamu alaikum. It has a nice ring to it. Coming to your city very soon.
Hamid, what accent?
Hamid, what accent? I don't know what is that. It sounds like some kind of, maybe it's a local superhero, Somali superhero. Maybe they have some kind of Somalian Avengers in there. Hamid Abwasankan is one of them.
Maaga yega wa Yarub Farid. Boca Magala,
One of the craziest part of this is that I want to make a commentary on how this guy won the election. Because it turns out that Minneapolis has so many Somalians that it seems that Somalians are divided in tribes, all right? We know that some belong to tribe A and some belong to tribe B. And they were actually at this election war divided in tribes and factions from the original country in Minneapolis. And it turns out that Omar Fateh was, backed by the weaker tribe. And this guy aligned himself with the stronger tribe. Go figure. That's the level of influence that Somalia has on Minneapolis. Again, it is my genuine question because I really don't understand how this happens in the United States. How this gets to happen. That your city gets so, let's say, enriched from Somalians that basically the Somali tribes decided elections. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how is that a thing, but it's literally a thing. Let's continue watching this nonsense.
Ko Laba Sata Afarshan. Maaga Yegawa Yarub Farid. Boca Magalada. Minneapolis.
Boca Malagada. Boca Malagada. Boca Malagada.
Mahat Senate. Mahat Senate. For all of your incredible work, Mahat Senate, to the great people of Minneapolis. And I say that...
You see, right? I thought this was Ilan Omar. I'm telling you, I can't tell them apart. I can't tell them apart. I'm not racist. That is a fact. I don't know. What is this? Where's this guy? What is this guy? What is happening?
Very intentionally. Because no matter where you are from, Minneapolis should be a place where you are proud to call home.
If I'm from Venezuela, I can do that.
Whether you are from Bosaso or Mogadishu, whether you are from Hargeisa or Galkayo, whether you are from Getaway or Southwest, Minneapolis is a place where you come to seek prosperity, where you come to raise your family. And here is what this election means. This election means this is a moment for unity, where the entire Somali community can come together and say, this is our people, this is our city, we are united behind each other.
So Somalians can effectively say, this is our city. I'm going to give him a pass on that one. You know that sometimes those say that Minneapolis belongs to Somalia. I don't know if he said that on Somalian. I don't know if any of you speak Somalian. It would be nice. But he could say that this is our city. This should be in the sense that, for example, I leave Venezuela and go to live, I don't know, in Prague, for example, and I say that, okay, this is my city, but not in the sense that I'm going to turn Prague into Caracas. No, I'm going to become, how do you say, people who live in the Czech Republic? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm ignorant on that term, but you understand. It's like I'm going to belong to the city. I'm going to be part of the city. I'm going to become a citizen of Prague, of the Czech Republic, not the other way around. Notice that I'm going to make some kind of little Venezuela or something and try to decide elections because of our Venezuelan factions, because that is not how it should work. That is basically globalism. One thing is, okay, I'm not saying that you cannot have your Chinatown or your Latino corner. That is nice, but not to the point that you influence the outcome of elections in a way that distorts the influence of the literal locals. And so many Democrats are going to say, what is a local? And that is like what is a woman? You know, that kind of questions that people like to ask about this. But I can tell one thing. That is simply, this is a total joke. This is a joke. And it is funny if you don't live in Minneapolis, that is, and if you live in Minneapolis and you are Somalian, maybe you find it funny. But no, this is concerning. I would really want to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Power Pundit. Much love and bliss.